Hello, how are you everybody? Edgar Fernandez again from Safety Limited, located here in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. So the topic of today, actually, I want to share something that I got down very quick in a sketch. And I have been exposed to this type of situation on my 22 years of experience as a safety professional. As you know, I held the professional designation as a professional engineer, but also I'm certified safety professional here in Canada and the United States. And as every safety advisor, safety specialist, safety professional, and you want to name it, we always face, at least mine, that's my experience that I want to share, it's some type of rejection at the beginning when you start working in a new company with new people. And as one of my experience actually as and being it's the stigma of the safety guy, the safety dude that so many times called, especially up north in the oil and gas industry in Alberta, that I worked for there for around 8 years. So never call me a safety specialist, only on the paper and the business cards, but in reality in the field was a safety dude, a safety guy. And that has a stigma. The stigma that I'm still seeing in the industry, especially when you are new. It's these guys come to our company and maybe they're gonna start slowing down the projects. It's gonna be like a cop. Or many times they told me that I was, you're gonna be a Nazi, like imposing my will and my desire of safety, and really that's the something that I'm now used to face, and that is because maybe the previous people that work with them that was in that style. Is not my goal on this video to criticize others, so it's only to share my experience, how I jumped, or actually how I make my path to those barriers in a different organizations that I have worked in my 22 years of experience. So that's pretty much the intro that I made for this video. And but another issue that I faced also, one of the organizations that I worked, they appreciated a lot of professional engineers, and for one reason, my colleagues that they hold the CRSP as Canadian Registered Safety Professionals, they have felt like mistreated or separated or isolated from that success. Seeing they had to believe, you know, they were not appreciated for the effort that they were making for the company, and actually for to handle and coordinate programs such as industrial hygiene, ergonomics, or all those type of those very important programs that that are vital, that are paramount for the organizations. For a reason, they have that. And the another characteristic is these two person. One of them, there was a lady, and it's very interesting how you need to work with the other people, especially with ladies. That nowadays there are a lot of topics, there are a lot of articles about, especially on the Professional Engineer Ontario, how to promote women to engineering, and then how to promote them to fill top positions in the industry. So I understand that actually I was exposed, and I want to tell you how I jumped to that barrier, and how we became very strong. We had a very strong link, very strong work relationship between us, and how they improve as well in their careers, and how we needed to really deal with that situation. And it's something that you can find in during your path. And there is no prayer, I believe, because I'm also involved with the Professional Engineer Ontario in my chapter, and I'm seeing that, like I said, articles, conferences, discussion meetings about how to promote women to engineer and to the top positions as well. So for me, it's not unusual to face that. and it's not difficult to deal with that neither, because everybody deserves respect, and everybody deserves to be promoted, and everybody deserves to be a better person. That's my beliefs. And for me, there is no difference. There is a man or a woman. Everybody, as a human being, deserves respect, deserves to be promoted, and deserves to have a better life. That's a point. That's a fact, and it's something that we need to have very clear in our minds. So I have different, actually 3 or 4 advices that I can share with you and how to deal with these situations too. First, like I said, go through 2 barriers. It's one, it's the people that work in the organization. They're gonna start seeing you as a block, as the safety guy who's gonna slow us down, and he's gonna start saying you cannot do this because of the regulation, etc., etc. Everybody faces that. And the second, how you can work with your peers, especially with with women that feel in that way, and it's not rare. It's happening. So I want to share that with your experience. The first one is be humble. How do you need to be humble? Well, something that I wrote here. So these people, your new colleagues, your new teammates, they have that perception because of the past experiences, and it's nothing personal or a person against you. It's simple that they see a guy who's in the safety area. I don't know how it was in the past, but they have that perception, and your job is to change that perception. I don't say that you need to be directed by the opinion of others, but only do your job, and that's the thing that I'm gonna do. So the first one is be humble. So at the beginning, when I was working in these organizations, they invite me right away to be part of the capital projects, lean manufacturing, and near misses investigations, and actually lean manufacturing project, like I said. So one of the things that I did, because I'm new in the organization, I don't have experience on the organization, and also I know that I'm not expert of everything. I have knowledge on the things that I have, but also I know that I don't know many things. And especially when you go to a new organizations, new companies, you need to be aware that you don't know anything about that organization, only the things that you know from their web page or from the job posting when you started in your first day. What I did is asking questions, and actually I asked the engineering and the production managers to spend time with their people. So actually I spent a week at the beginning in a shift to start meeting the operators and see how they behave, how the process is in general. Obviously I needed more time because you don't learn everything in 1 week, but at least you see the dynamics of the people, of how they work in a specific shift. Then they were doing at night, because you don't have that. If you are during the day, actually your peers or somebody else is going to call you to deal with something, but at night nobody's going to be there from the staff, from the office, so you can be concentrated to the production and see the different aspects that they want to see, such as the dynamics of the company, how they manage the ships, how the supervisor deal with their people, how there are the things that they need to do. And actually that has helped me a lot, because now I understand the daily activities and how much workload they have. So from that I can deal with them in terms of safety, how I can help them, and what they are able or capable to do for the safety program as well. So I asked that. I mean, it's something that I recommend. If you want to be successful, spend time at the beginning, ask for a week at least in a shift to see the operations and how they deal with that. And you're gonna see workloads from the supervisor. What are the general problems or general issues that the operators they need to face every day, and that's going to be the opportunity for you to start making some recommendations, making some projects to improve that. The second is help. So you need to be a source of help. So actually, like I said, the engineering department invited me to participate in many capital projects. I'm gonna mention that is to set up the multi-robotic station in one of the companies that I worked. It was more than $1 million project, and that was very important for that facility that I was working for, because it's gonna increase production really to a double, and then they can gain the production for Canada. So that was very important for them. And my role there was to provide safety expertise. But to be honest with you, I didn't know anything about robots, nor about multi-robotic station neither. So I needed to familiarize with the CSA standard, the SET 434, and other ANSI standards for robots. And also the thing the first step that I start doing is to asking for the manufacturer manuals, from maintenance manuals, installation, and safety manuals from the manufacturer, to start familiarized with this type of operations, how these the robots work, what are the purpose, and what are the characteristics of each one of those. So that's the thing that I did. And also to blend with them, one of the things that also I recommend to you to do in the future is, obviously my role was to provide safety expertise, safety advice, to operate, install, and maintain that multi-robotic station in a safely manner. But this is the interesting part. So how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna convince them that certain aspects needs to be taken care of? They need to be implemented. They need to be installed, and maybe you need to spend more money. The things that I did was to read the safety standards, the safety codes, and the safety regulations regarding on that topic. Send the information to them where I was coming from to make those recommendations. And I know part of the team there were people that were experts in interlocks, programming interlocks, maintenance. So obviously they have more expertise, more experience than me on those fields. So I share that information from the standards. So now I'm sharing where I'm coming from, and I'm giving them the opportunity to interpret the standard as well. Because remember, you are a safety bot. You are not have the full truth, the full you are not 100% right, to be honest with you. You need them to interpret those standards as well. So what's gonna do for you? Well, it's gonna build the trust, because you are sharing that information. You are not hiding that information. If you hide information, you won't be successful. Actually, the team is gonna leave you behind. What's gonna happen? They won't invite you to projects. They won't ask you for your advice. They're gonna start isolating you, and that's very understandable. There is no, that's nature. So that's the thing that I did. So I put the information in front, and I remember in a meeting we discussed on a topic that okay, for a maintenance, those robots, they have needles and they need to be cleaned because they are injecting water at high pressure. So they need to be cleaned frequently. So the discussion is to shut down the robots cleaner and then start up again, or they don't need to shut down. They didn't need to shut down the robot and proceed with the cleaning. So once 50% was in favor to shut down the station, the other 50 they didn't. They didn't agree to do that. So with the standards in front, we decided to two things. It's make the interlock. It's double redundancy, safety integrity level number 3 or 4. I remember it was 3. No, inclusive we did a 4. Sorry. So that means that only the person who stopped the robot can start it. And also we lock the gate, the door that allows the access to the robot. So that person who was doing that cleaning was protected. And actually, we conducted the pre-start health and safety review with another consultant, and we did a hazard assessment of this by making this decision, and then everybody agreed. That's the way that you agreed. That's the way you want to start. Your team is going to start seeing you as a resource, not as a block, as a resource of help. So, and that exactly that happened. And it's not happening overnight. That happened after 1 year. I want to make that note very clear. To integrate with your teams, they need to know you first. They need to trust you first. But that trust, you don't gain it in 3 months. The only thing that you gain in 3 months is you can get early to you can arrive early to your job, and you participate, and then you are willing to participate and you're willing to learn. That's the thing that you can see in 3 months. And actually, your bosses that are very sophisticated people that they are trained on that, they're gonna see are actually in 15 days, if there was the right decision or not. So, but after 1 year, actually, is when the people, I would say, after 1 year is gonna be you're gonna be fully integrated. But after 6 months, I started seeing that people and departments, they started integrating with different projects more and more and more. So because they started seeing that. I'm not bragging about me that I'm the super safety professional, but that's the things that I did. Maybe other people, and I'm sure others, they have better experiences, better things to tackle things better than me. But that's my experience that I wanted to share. The other things, so it's be part of the solution. So when you're part of the solution, I'm going to describe you my story. So in the same plan, actually, we were behind of developing mechanical integrity manuals. So this operation was PSM, Process Safety Management Cover. We handle a lot of flammable liquids, combustible powders as well. But we were behind on that element of the PSM program. And actually, before they were waiting for the engineers, that they have a lot of work to do, as everybody. They are handling capital projects. They are handling new production processes, new products with the product engineers, with the process engineers. So they were pulling off many directions. So that was the reason why they were behind. Writing down and developing a mechanical integrity manual takes time. Takes a lot of. You need to do a lot of searching. With vendors, and actually they have all the documentation in place, like vendor information, drawings, everything. So that was easy for me to collect all that information. I put it in the mechanical integrity manual. But also you need to set up maintenance programs if they don't have it. You need to review the current safety. The current preventive maintenance program, either in compliance with codes, regulations, and standards. So there's a lot of work to do. So I told them, I do the mechanical integrity manuals, I develop them, but please keep me in the loop of everything, because these manuals, they need to be updated. They need to have the most current information, the most updated information. So I need to be involved with that. After they saw the first manual coming up, they started involving in more and more and more. And that was how I blend with the engineering teams in that facility. So that's the reason why. The number four advice that I use is be a team player as well. As a safety professionals, actually, you need to sign up work permits. You need to sign confined space work permit, entry work permits. You need to sign hot work permits. You need to sign other type of permits that your company has developed as a part of the the safety communication system. There were two facilities at the site, and one of them in particular, they always stop production Sunday night. They were cleaning all Sunday night, and then be ready at 7 o'clock on Monday. For that reason, actually, they started earlier on Sunday, and they asked me on Friday if I could be there at 4 o'clock a.m. with them to start signing authorizations to do confined space entries, hot work permits, and other things that they needed to deal during the maintenance, the preventive maintenance program on Mondays. And actually I was there, not only once, many times at 4 o'clock. And while we were finishing at the same time, I was leaving to work at 12, right, in my 8 hours, and that's it. But that's part of to be a team player. So once you do that, be a team player, be part of the solution, be humble, and also be humble and provide help. That's the thing that once you have those four characteristics, or they see those four characteristics on you, is when you're gonna start blending with your team. They're gonna start asking you more and more. They're gonna start involving you more and more. And actually, you're gonna find yourself busy after 8 months with meetings, action items to complete, incident near misses or incident investigations to conduct, or simply if there are a very successful company or facility they have the RRI, or the recordable incident rate, in zero for many years, or for 2-3 years, but you're gonna be busy doing hazard assessments. You are on the PSM cover facility. Also, you're a safety engineer. You're gonna be conducting a lot of process hazard analysis. It takes time to prepare, and there are sessions of 2-3 days, or even 5 days, depending on the equipment or the process that you wanna assess. In terms of the problem that with the other colleagues, that they were feeling not appreciated because they were only CRSPs, the things that we did actually, it's so you don't need to fight. They wanted to learn, and they have the right to learn. That's a fact. So one day, one of them, that was a lady actually, she told me, I want to participate with that. I talked to our boss, and I told them that I want to be a scriber. I said, yeah, I don't have any trouble. And actually helped me a lot, because to be a scriber and a facilitator at the same time, it's very difficult. So you lose a lot of detail if you are feeling the both roles. So actually, we learned. I put more attention and detail on as a facilitator. So I was more concentrated on asking questions during the process hazard analysis, listening to the response from the team, from the members. There was engineering, operators, maintenance, and obviously from the scriber as well. She was the IH coordinator, so she had a lot of knowledge of that. I was part of the PSM. Industrial hygiene was one of the notes on many of our PSM programs, PSM programs and process hazard analysis. So that's a team. You need to learn how to work a team. There is an African proverb that says, you want to go faster, go alone, but if you want to go far, go with the team. And actually, that's the thing you need to do. You need to find out how you want to work with them. So be humble, be a resource, team player, and provide help. That's the way that I did. And I can assure you, and I can promise you, I promise you that you follow those 4 steps, you're gonna be very successful. And after 1 year, everybody's gonna follow you. Is gonna listen to you carefully. Is gonna respect you in your role as an advisor, and they're gonna take a lot of things that you said in consideration. That's the thing. That's my experience. That's the thing that I deal with these type of blocks when I go to a new organizations, and for me, it has worked a lot. That's it. So that's the way that you prove that you are part of the team, that you are effective and you are efficient. Trying to prove it in the other way, that you know everything, that you know a lot of safety, maybe, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. But you try to integrate, to blend, that's gonna work for sure. Hopefully this video works helps you in the future as a safety professional, or you want to start your career as a safety professional. Is something that you need to do. One of the mistakes as a safety professionals, it's we don't ask, or I would say this is clear as water. we wait for the company to provide us training, and the companies, they have only certain budget to do that, and something that we need to understand. They have a budget, and that budget they need to spend it in capital projects, in salary raises, and nobody can have a salary raised. That's another thing. It's a hard truth, but it's a hard truth that you need to accept. So my recommendation is learn the soft skills about leadership, how to blend as a team member. Using, if you don't have money, it's very understandable, but it's not excuse. Use free resources. There are a lot of podcasts in the web, in iTunes, or you can go to Podbean, Pocket Cast, or Stitcher, or SoundCloud, for example. And there are a lot of people with a lot of experience that they have talked about these topics. They have episodes about how to deal with teams, how to deal with barriers, about if somebody, like the barriers that I talked to you in this video. That's the thing that I've learned, and I put it in practice. So there is no excuse. Secondly, you need to, to be a resource, you need to learn more and more. So you need to get the Zero Speaker and other certification. There is a study actually that says, if you study your field 1 hour a day during 5 years, you're gonna become a national expert. And it's something many times that we forgot. We are waiting for. No, you need to take steps as well to be successful. You are waiting for, this is the thing that's gonna happen. You're gonna start complaining, and complainers, they don't go too far. So taking charge, the things that you need to, control the things that you need to control, and don't control the other things that you cannot. But for sure, you need to get more only knowledge in these soft skills. And I understand maybe your budget doesn't adjust, but there are free resources in YouTube, podcasts, articles in LinkedIn that they can help you with that. Hopefully this advice helped you in the future. I describe is my experience. Absolutely, there are people out in the market or in the web that they have dealt with these situations better than me. But up to now, this is the things that have worked for me, and hopefully helps you a lot. Thank you very much, guys, and have an excellent weekend. See you next time. Bye.